Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Internet Marketers Talk Show. And today we have a very special guest, and who has been a top affiliate of Clickfunnels, as well as he's a founder of MVP Club, and he has scaled his affiliate business to 5 to 6 figures. So let's welcome Wilhelm Winald.
Hey, what's
Hey,
going on,
Wilhelm.
Mohan? Thank you so much for
Hey,
having me,
hey.
bro. I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to have you here, and my audience are so excited to have this interview, and they are expecting too much from this interview. So let's start this.
Let's do it, man. Awesome. I'm excited. You got a great crowd behind you. You and your group as well, and everybody seems just positive and awesome. So I'm super excited to do this on a Friday as well. What an opportunity, right?
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. So thank you so much one more time to give me this opportunity. So I know a bit about you, and my audience is also, but for the sake of other audience who does not know about you, just can you brief me about your backstory, how you have started this affiliate journey?
Yeah. It's interesting, man. It's such a long journey, and for me, it all started when I was like 18 or 19 years old or so. I'm from Sweden, by the way, in Europe. And I decided to go over to the US to study at college, and everything was going great there. Like for my first year, I got almost straight
Mhm.
A's, amazing grades. I was playing soccer. I was athlete of the week, was doing really well, scoring goals and helping the team. But I just felt like I was disconnecting from what I really wanted to do, helping people, inspiring, and doing things on my own terms. So I took the decision to drop out of college, and I had studied some and started looking at some online courses. And that's when I took full action on it, just dropping out so I can spend 100% of my time on this. And so I did that, and I tried drop shipping. I tried running an agency. I tried doing design jobs and freelancing. And I, for over a year and a half before I got anything to work. And it was tough, man, because I had taken the biggest decision of my life to, first go to the US and then like leave my family and friends behind, and then to drop
Oh,
out and not seeing
right.
anything happen for over a year. Um, but I got introduced to affiliate marketing through a mentor of mine, and he taught me how to do things organically. Prior to this, I had
Mhm.
only heard
Right.
how to do it with paid ads, and paid ads is the answer from these online courses and gurus, and nothing was working for me. So when I first started doing it organically, forming relationships, just focusing all my time on helping people, it became so much easier. And that's when I first got profitable, and that's when I got into affiliate marketing. So it was a great mix of those two.
Oh, that's great. So you have also gone through all the journey, which normally most of the affiliates or most of the entrepreneur, they start with something, and in the journey they discover something, and they find their way. So now you are at the right path and you are growing in your business. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, well said, man. Yeah, interesting way you said that. It's like you do all these things, and you find your way along the journey. It's like going through a maze. You have to go wrong sometimes in order to find the right path to go through. And it's a never ending road. You always find things to become
Exactly.
better at and worse, and yeah, leads you to the right place. Well said.
Exactly, exactly. So, guys, if you are watching us live, put a hashtag live, and if you're watching us replay, put a hashtag replay. And if you have any question, put in the comment box, and I'll cover that question. We'll cover that question for you. So, Willem, you are a winner of that contest, Perfect Webinar Secrets, and you were at the top three affiliates, and you have got a chance to had a one-on-one call with Russell. So, my first question will be like, what was your experience and what was your main learnings from that call? Because that Russell is legendary in that field, right? And having just one-on-one call is it's a big thing. So how was your experience of that call?
Yeah, thanks for bringing it up, man. Thanks for being so kind about it. First off, I gotta give a shout out. I just saw the comments here, and a bunch of you guys are on. A bunch of you doing the hashtag live, hashtag replay. Keep it coming. So awesome to see you guys here. Brings so much energy to the both of us. But yeah, I had that call with Russell Brunson that I won, and I started following ClickFunnels 3 years ago, and I've been to all their events I could like since, and it was a huge moment for me. And I earlier this week, 2 days ago actually, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he's like, well, what are you gonna do? I'm like, I don't know, maybe do another challenge that I did. And he's like, where did you get that idea? I was like, oh, from Russell. And he's like, oh, when was that ago? And we looked on the date, and the call was exactly 1 year ago. And Russell was the one who gave me the shout, like, you got to do a challenge. I'm like, oh, okay. And so it was so nice. It was exactly a year ago and 2 days from us
Yeah,
recording this.
I've seen your one of the posts you have mentioned 23rd of February, I think it was.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, there you go. You're on the ball.
Right, right.
It
Yes.
was so cool though, man. I took so much from that call. It was, so inspiring just chatting with him, because you've before that, like we all do, we've just seen him on stage, we've seen him talk, we've seen his courses and things, and being able to talk with him, ask him question, explain. You mentioned my MVP club, explain it to him, get him fired up about it. Like, this is what we do, this is what we stand for, Russell. And he's like, yeah, I love it. And it was cool to get his point of view on things. And I wanted to ask questions that were going to help me short term, but also, you don't get to speak to someone like Russell a whole lot. So I
Exactly.
took the chance to ask some like big questions as well. And what you touched a little bit upon there earlier with like finding your way just by going in different directions. He said, I asked him like, what's one trait or like characterization that you see from successful people, or that you demand that I have as a young entrepreneur? And he said, he took a moment and he thought, and he was like, you know what, man, I think it's when I first got started with online business, I hired all my friends, and I was a marketing genius and they were just my friends because I wanted people to work for me. And he said, don't do that ever. Hire your friends is the worst idea ever. But he went on to explain he had been working with his friends for like a while, and he was a marketing genius, right? But not at the time. He said his friends talked to him one day. They brought him into the room and they were like, Russell, you know what? You're not really good at anything, but things are going really good. But you're not really good at anything, but you're always in motion, always taking action. And he said, yes, that's what I do. Like, I always take action, always moving, like you said, like in different directions. And because you do that, because you're building that momentum, good things come to you, good things happen. It's kind of that law of attraction, I suppose, in a way, because when you take action, when you do things, more good things come to you. It was cool to hear him say that. And he said, like, one thing you got to do is always keep building momentum, because that's when good things come to you, great opportunities come, and you're able to utilize them. But none of those good things happen if you just stay back and don't take
Of
action on
course.
anything.
Of course.
That was one of the biggest lessons I had from the call.
That's really interesting. And yeah, it's really true that in this field most of the people come and they learn a lot, and they have a lot of knowledge but they don't implement. So if you don't implement, how you can expect the result, right?
Yeah.
That's so true. So let me call out the names of people who are just
Yeah, a bunch of you guys
like,
are.
oh, thank you so much, guys, like Nilesh, Nirmal, one of the Facebook user, I can't see the name, Monita, and again like Chiranjeevi, Bandana. So thank you guys, Pratik, Jasminder, Bhavin. So guys, I'm sorry if I missed out your name, but thank you so much for joining. So it's a lot to come from Wilhelm, because he will explain everything, like how he get into this business and how he grown his business to 5 to 6 figure. So Wilhelm, just one more question about Russell. Like we know
Yeah.
that, I mean, I have heard that he's very down to earth. So when you were talking to him, did you get a feel that you are talking to some celebrity, or kind of like normal? We are talking to our friends. Just a question.
Yeah, I love that question, man. It was so cool because I joined. It was a call. It was like 20 of us on the call, and 3 of us got to talk to Russell, like for half an hour. And I joined the call a bit later, like 5 minutes later or something. And I saw Russell, in one of the Zoom corners, like, Russell's in here. And that's when you start getting nervous. But then when he starts talking and you talk to him, he's like you said, he's so down to earth and so cool. And he said like, the goal of the whole, like the point of the whole thing here is you'll tell me a bit about your business and I'll give you my advice. You can take it, you can leave it, do whatever you want. It's just my advice. And he was so down to earth and really interested, asking questions, how are like trying to understand my business. And I've met him since, actually, at Fun Lacking Live last year in September 2021.
Oh, that's
Um,
great.
yeah, I got to talk to him there. We were at
Wow.
crazy thing. Clickfunnels, they rented out Universal Studios, which is one of the biggest theme parks in the world. They rented out the whole Hogwarts section, the Harry Potter section of the whole park, and so I was there and I got to meet him there. Just randomly, he was walking by and I talked to him. And so down to earth. Like you said, it's just like you're talking to a friend. He's nothing special, so down to earth, and it's one of his superpowers because that builds relationship. Like you feel like you're a friend of his. He's not trying to make himself bigger than he is. Like, oh, I'm this amazing guy. No. I'm just like you. I know a few things and I want to share that with you. And I believe that's one of my superpowers too. Whenever people talk to me and whenever I have clients, they're like, I wanted to work with you, Willem, because you were just so down to earth and so genuine. Like you were so genuine. You were
Exactly.
just trying to help me. And like, yeah, that's what it's all about. And glad you brought that up because Russell's the exact same way. Super down to earth, very genuine. You get a very like not if you take someone like Grant Cardone, he's very salesy and he's that kind of character.
Exactly.
Russell's
Right.
the exact opposite, where like he's really good at what he does, but he doesn't need to show off. He doesn't need to do any of that. He's just very genuine in his way of being, and because of that, he
Yeah.
builds a great relationships with people.
It's
And
it's yeah, right. So true. And even I believe that this should be the one of the quality of a great leader or the legendary marketer who is leading this field. They should be like genuine and very easy to approachable, and people should not feel that they are talking to a celebrity or some big people. They should
yeah,
easily mingle with the people. That's really great.
exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Right. Yeah. So you are a owner of that MVP club. So can you talk about a little bit of it? Like what is it all about? Your MVP club.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for allowing me to share that. Yeah, the MVP club. I've always been a sportsy guy, and when I was over in the U.S., they have this award for each best person of the season, best person of the game. They have this MVP award, most
Most
valuable player.
one.
And I
Yeah.
was there.
Exactly.
I was at live games and everything, and I was like, oh, I want to be the MVP. How can I become an MVP? And
Yes.
then I brought that into marketing when I'm creating my tribe, my movements. I'm like, I want to be an MVP. My people want to be an MVP. So let's start the MVP club. We're MVPs. Now, most valuable player doesn't really make sense in marketing and personal development, right? So had to switch it up. Machine, M stands for machine, which means like you cannot get outworked. In order for you to have extraordinary results, you need to work extraordinary for a short amount of time to achieve those goals. That's one of the things I
Right.
learned from Russell too. He said to achieve really good things, work really hard for a short amount of time, and you will get those results. So that's
Oh,
M, not being
that's
outworked.
interesting.
V stands for vocal, meaning you cannot be silenced. In order for you to share your message with the world, to help those you can help, you need to be vocal about it.
Absolutely.
You can't be, like we talked
Absolutely.
earlier, you can't be sitting back in your corner not talking to anybody.
Exactly.
You gotta be
Exactly.
vocal. And then
Right.
P, what has fascinated me so much is when I'm watching sports or I'm watching a movie and you can just see the person is in their element. They're so on fire, like LeBron James just shooting, or Messi just going through, not making everybody scoring goals. Like they're in the zone, they're in the flow. And I've always wanted to be able to do that myself when I need it the most. How can I generate the most amount of power from within when I need it the
Okay.
most? And that's the P in MVP, power, generating that power from within. So the mini manifesto, MVP, I cannot be outworked. I cannot be silenced. I generate my own power, and I do not quit, because there's only one difference between winners and losers. Winners don't quit. So that's the MVP club and what we're all about.
Yes, that's really great, and you have depicted it very well, like machine and like vocal and that power, and yeah, of course, like I have met many entrepreneurs. They are good in knowledge. They have good knowledge. They have learnings as well, but sometimes they are very shy and they don't come in front of camera and they don't speak. So I always tell them, until you speak, how will you convey your message to your audience or your prospects?
Yeah, yeah, so true, man. It's so true. How can you help those you want to? If like you said, you haven't even spoken your message. It's the
Right.
V, like being vocal, and it's the P, like generating that power. Like I'm really scared of doing this, but I need to do it for my people. You're so true, man. Well said.
Exactly. And see, we are the live example. You are really generating that power. You are showing that through your vocals. So definitely anyone can connect with you or anyone who has that vocal and power. they can easily connect with the people. And in
Absolutely.
our world, emotional, emotion works most, right? First people connect with you emotionally, then they will buy from you.
That's
That's
right.
true.
That's exactly right, man. Well,
Yeah.
well said, Mohan.
Yes. So now the most exciting questions, like what were the strategies, because there were more than I think 15,000 of entrepreneurs or affiliates who were promoting that particular product, and you
Yeah.
became like out of those top 3 affiliates. So what was the what were the strategy you used? Because at the starting you were also at that same phase with everyone, right? But you
Yeah.
must have thought something, made some strategies to get that place. Or one more question I would like to add here, like did you think at that time that you will be that successful, that you will be get that top third place?
It was the only thing I thought about. It's the like the goal.
Wow,
That was the goal in mind. Like I have to make this. Like
that's super awesome.
whenever you're whenever you're chasing something, and I've had that happen for me in the past, where like I'm thinking about what would happen if I fail, and you just can't think of it. Like it's I heard a saying the other week, like losers focus on winners, winners focus on winning, and it's so true. Like if you
Wow,
want to win, you can't focus on everybody else. You can't focus on
super,
what's not going to happen. Like you have to focus on winning. I think it was a picture where number one like it was a running marathon or something, and number one he's just focused straight forward, and number two he's just focused on the guy in front, and it's so true. You got to focus on winning, not the other people. um to your other questions though, like what are the strategies, how did I make it happen? Because like you said, we're 15,000 active affiliates for ClickFunnels at
yes,
the time of the contest. And i I break it down to a few things. Number one, I had created relationships with people before the contest started. Like it's so important. Like I said, like most of the time people when they talk to me, they feel like I come across very genuine, just trying to help them.
exactly.
And because of that, they start liking me. When people start liking you, that's when they'll buy from you. That whole like no trust factor. It's so true.
Mhm.
When people like you,
Right,
that's when they'll buy from you, and they connect with you. And that's in your content, in your messaging, when you're talking to them, you just try to figure out a way to help them in the best possible way, and be vulnerable with your content. Like one of the best things, most of the time, my best content that gets the most likes and comments and engagement is not when I share do this marketing thing or all that crappy stuff. It's when I'm sharing, like, I really struggle as an entrepreneur. It's so hard to do X, Y, and Z. It's hard. I struggle. Maybe you can relate, and that gets the most attention. It's about being relatable with your content. It's about building those relationships, just showing people that you truly care about helping them. Focus on how you can help your dream customer, not how you can make money from them. It's money is like a cat. If you chase it, you're not gonna end up, having it.
exactly.
And
Right.
to a few other things, there is I had to. I said 15,000 active affiliates and some people with really big lists. I don't have a big list, and I had to figure out a way to beat all of them because that was
Yes,
the goal. I just had to beat all of them. I had to be top 3 and win that call with Russell. And I thought, like, how can I, like, let's say I have like, hypothetically, I have a list of
mhm,
1,000 people. They have a list of 100,000 people. How am I supposed to beat them with those numbers? Well, I have to make one person more important to me than what 5 people are for them. If they have so many more bigger audience than I do. So I put up an offer to help with that, because the contest was about selling X amount of the perfect webinar secrets training.
right,
And
right,
so I said, if you buy one of them through me, you get this. If you buy 5 though of the exact same thing, you're not getting any more. Like, it's not like you're getting 5 products shipped home to you. You're not getting anything extra from ClickFunnels, but I will give you something else. So it
right.
incentivized people to buy the product multiple times from me. And because of that, if they sold 4 people, I could sell one guy and still make more sales and become, higher up on the rank than them. And then I did the same thing. If you buy 10 from me, I'm gonna jump on a call. Let's strategize your business and let's blow it up. So
Awesome.
by 1, you get something. By 5, you get something. By 10, you get a call with me. That was the ultimate thing
Right.
I offered. And because of that, if they had a 9 times bigger audience than I did, Didn't matter because I could sell 10 times to the exact same person. Um,
Wow.
that together with like having a relationship prior to that was key. And are you familiar with Tai Lopez, by the way?
What?
Are you familiar with Tai Lopez?
Sorry, I'm not.
Okay, cool. Tai Lopez is this huge entrepreneur marketing guru. He's one of the first ones to release an online course that just blew up. And the course that he put out was social media marketing agency, teaching people how to run an agency. I took it straight after dropping out of college. And in the course, the lead teacher, his name was Joe Soto. And I adored Joe Soto. He was so good at teaching and everything he did. And
Mhm.
one of the two other people who won the call with Russell was Yo Soda. I'm like, holy crap, I'm literally with the guy I was learning from after dropping out of college.
Okay.
And then I talked with him and I explained the whole process. And he's like, it's genius. What you did is so, so clever because you're right. I do have a way bigger list than you do. And still, you're here in the room talking to
Same
Russell.
place.
So
Yeah.
it's all, you can be an underdog, but be resourceful. What can you do to beat the others? Uh, you can do great things from being an underdog.
That's pretty cool, and it's really amazing whatever you have just shared. Bhavin is saying, "Man, you are just impossible, like unstoppable." So whatever you have just discussed, I have got few things from that. I mean, a lot of learning. First thing you said, like you had that focus, you have that mindset that I have to be there in, in the top place, right? So once
Yeah,
you create that mindset, definitely, and you work toward that, it is really, you will get that, and you are the perfect example of that. As I said, like there was no plan B. I have to do it and I'll do it. That's the one thing.
yeah,
Second thing you said, like you have created offers, which is very very important in online journey, because if everyone is selling the same thing, and if you don't have something different, why people will buy from you, right? And I have heard this many times. If you are in this online world, you should create your own product where you will put all those learning, and that thing you can, give as an offer. That you did, right? You give different offers. That's why people buy from you, and you created that relation, right? So that is super awesome. I have really, got great value from this answer.
great things you said there, man. I'm glad you took those things out of it because that's so true. That's like you summarized what I said. Like number one, like there's no plan B. Like it's like Tony Robbins says, if you want to
Yeah,
take the island, you gotta burn the boats, and
of
that's what it's
course,
all about. Great
of
summarizing, man.
course, of course.
I couldn't agree more with you.
Yeah, thanks. So, guys, if you have any questions, you can put it here, and I'll definitely cover that question. I'll display that question. So, William, after that happened, you were so excited, and you might have thought more about business. So, after that, how did you manage to get the consistent sales after this event, or after this milestone? You should say.
Yeah, great question. The first thing I did, and it was from Russell. I talked to him. I explained the whole MVP club thing, and like I said earlier, he said, "What I do if I were you is launch the MVP challenge," and that's what I did. And 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 it was so crazy because at the end of the call, he was like, "Yeah, by the way, let me know when you launch the challenge." And I'm like, "I will," but like Russell, how do I tell you? Like, it's not that I have your number or anything. So I did
Exactly, exactly.
I did a thing in the challenge though where I had everybody who joined like they could win a scholarship, like they could get 6 weeks of coaching with me for free, and to get that, like they could get higher up on the ranking if they did certain things. And I said, if you all
Right.
go and tag Russell in this, let him know that we're doing the MVP challenge now because I promised to let
Wow.
him know, and we got
Yes.
his attention. So it's all about like
Oh,
how can you be resourceful, how can you do things as an underdog to like build your connections with those who are have a bigger audience than yourself. Like you're doing, Mohan.
mm,
You're launching this challenge. You've got your YouTube channel. You got your Facebook group. All these things are allowing you to get closer and closer, to the top of the mountain, to where you want to be. And it's so cool to see. But how I got consistent sales from it, it's one of the things I've done is like the MVP club. I've built something. I've built a movement where people feel like they can belong. Like it stands for something. An MVP. It's a part of them now. You know. And then I think it's about being consistent in your content. And I'll say that I'll explain that a bit because you've all heard that before. You've got to be consistent in your content. And I've been posting content for over 3 years now, and I've struggled at times to be consistent, and I've really tried to figure out like what's making me struggle. And when I first started getting on TikTok, I had a goal like post 4 TikToks a day, and I did that for like a few days, and then it was just too much. I didn't have time. I got drained from it, and I realized what happened is when I set too high goals of being consistent, I got so overwhelmed because of it. I have to post 4 TikToks. I have to post on Instagram once a day. I have to post on Facebook. I got to post on my Facebook group. I should be on YouTube. I should be doing all these things. And because of that, it led me to actually posting less because I got so overwhelmed of having these high consistent goals that it overwhelmed me. And if you're able to
Yeah.
set goals that you can be consistent with instead, like set lower goals maybe, but be consistent with those, you can build from that. For example, I'm not a great basketball player, but if I started to practice playing basketball and said I'm going to shoot 1,000 times a day, I'm probably not going to do it. Maybe for the first day I'll be doing it. But if instead I say, well, I'm going to shoot 50 times a day, and I'll be able to do it. I'll hold that for a week and I say, well, 50 is easy now. It's a routine. I've built it in. Now I can do 60. Then I can do 70. Then I can do 80. Um, I'd say it's a great method for being consistent, because when you're consistent with your content, you're building those relationships with people, you're engaging with them. That's when you can too be consistent in getting your sales.
Wow, that's pretty awesome, and it reminds my statement that a little progress every day makes a big result. And
Yes, exactly.
yeah, I have learned from my mentor Sagar as well. The same thing that you are telling, like you should add some gamification in your challenge, so people will get attracted towards it. And if you have just as you said, like you have made like one winner will get a scholarship for your program. So if you will put those kind of bonuses in your program, definitely people will get attracted towards it. And
Yeah.
definitely, I mean, there is no question about consistency. You have to be consistent. You have to open your shop every day. That's why, like, that's when people will come and connect with you.
Yeah, you're so right, man. You're very clever in the way you're summarizing everything. I like it.
Yeah, thank you. So I have a couple of questions. Okay, let me say my ideas.
Yeah, I'll say this. While you look for a question, Jasminder just said the exact same thing. They're like, set lower goals and be consistent with it rather than setting bigger goals and getting overwhelmed, which is the essence of
Yes.
what I just said. And when he summarized that, that was summarized very well. It got me to think about what Tony Robbins says. People often overestimate what they can do in a year, but they underestimate what they can do in 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Exactly,
it's
exactly.
so true.
That's so true, and it is applicable in even every aspect of the life, right?
Yeah,
It's not
it
only about
is. Yeah.
business. Yeah. So yeah, Bhavin asked like some ideas on content structure to engage audience. What would you say about that?
Some ideas on content structure to engage audience. Yeah, I'd say first off, it's important to find your platform, your media. Me, I started with Facebook. I started posting on my Facebook profile. I started posting in other Facebook groups, and then I created my own Facebook group very quickly and started posting there. And I was comfortable in doing that. And the content structure, I looked at what other people were doing successfully, and I created similar things to that. And then in order to get more content, and that I knew people would engage with, is I would always learn something. I was always studying a course or reading a book or watching a YouTube video about something, and I would always take notes because I want to remember things in the best possible way. And so I took those notes and then I took that into content, and I said, and I took my own, like exactly like you're doing now, as you are. I'm saying something that I learned and you're summarizing it, and then I would share that what I summarized as my content. It's not
Exactly.
copying. You're not copying anything. Instead, you're, what you learn from it, you're sharing that. And it's a great thing. Like if someone takes this whole interview and, say, oh, I came up with this, that, get content from what I'm saying, that's amazing. Like I couldn't be happier. You're creating content based on something that you learned from me. And I'm doing the same thing. What I'm learning from I'm sharing with my people. So content structure, like look at what other people are doing, what's successful, and take it from there. But also find a platform where you'll be more successful. Like I know what's been stopping me for a while is I've been doing video for 3 years. I've always created video content, although it scared me so much in the beginning, but now I'm comfortable with it. Just like doing this interview, no biggie for me. But I was afraid of jumping on YouTube, but now I've jumped on YouTube and created my YouTube channel, like, and I now create YouTube videos, and that's a new content platform for me. And I also can take those videos and I can create Instagram reels with them and TikToks, but I didn't
Exactly.
start out that way. So find what works for you and look what other people are doing.
Yeah, that's really great. And yeah, if something is in trend, you can and if something is working for someone, definitely it will work for you. Someone says like this system works but people fail, so you can fail but the system is working for others, so definitely it can also work for you. Do not copy, just we can model that thing whatever they are doing. Let's see, like yeah, in our online journey we have to, we say like fail fast, fail different. We have to try different things every time, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. You're so right. Great quotes there. I like that.
Yeah, and one more thing, like as you said, like you create content once and repurpose it in different platform. You can, as you said, like you can create reels, you can create TikTok videos, you can create YouTube videos, you can create Facebook reels. So there are a lot of things and a lot of platforms where you can repurpose. And that comes to like next question about your podcast. You have started recently started. I have seen your podcast. So can you talk more about your podcast? What is it all about, and what is the name of that?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, my podcast started as a launch for my MVP challenge. I wanted to get people quickly into the MVP challenge, and so I hired a coach, Parker Woodward, to help me launch the podcast. And in the beginning, it was all like getting people into the challenge. Now it's changed from then. I've had interviews with people on. I have Marley Jackson and a few others, interview them and talk about marketing and things. But it's also a space for me to not only talk marketing and what's working for me, which I'm doing. It allows me to share what's working for me now really quickly with my audience through the podcast, but also is a good place for me to talk about some of the things we've talked about here today, like the personal development side of things, like the struggles of being an entrepreneur, what I went through and where it led to me going, because I still, like, from the call with Russell, I still take things that I didn't wasn't important for me at the time that he said, but now I understand the importance because now I'm having this struggle myself. So it's allowing me to share not only marketing, but also a lot of personal development things. It's called the Affiliate Game Plan, and people can find it whatever they listen to podcasts, or head over to the affiliategameplan.club.
Okay, that's really great. So, guys, I would request you to go to join his group MVP Club, and also join his podcast and listen to that podcast. Podcast I have listened to that, and it is really great, great content. So yeah, please join that Facebook group. And yeah, so I think this we have already covered from Jasminder. Set lower goals and be consistent with it rather than yeah. Thanks,
So
Jasminder,
good,
and
so
thanks
good.
everyone for commenting. I'm really seeing a great response, and people are really getting great value from you, Wilhelm. So thank you so much one more time. Uh, okay.
No, thank you, Mohan. Your people rock. The engagement has been awesome, and Nilesh just saying he's already a part. Nilesh has been in the group for quite some while. We have
Yes.
Pratik who's been there in as well. Um,
Yes.
love the engagement, man. You're doing a great job with your group. Make
Yeah.
sure you guys keep following Mohan, because clearly you're super clever and smart entrepreneur, and what you're doing here is really cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And I have also seen like you gave some live training as well in your program. Is that right? In your MVP
Yeah,
Club group.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. We do live trainings here. I'll be doing more of those every week. Just going in there, sharing what's working for me right now, helping in the best possible way.
Okay. Yeah. So just one more question. Like now you have achieved a lot, and you must have some plan for the future. So what is it? What is it going on as of now, and what are you planning for next? A roadmap can say like 5 to 6 months down the line.
Yeah, interesting. I love it. One of the things I always do is I like to, like, dream away, and, like, for me traveling is a big thing. So I can't wait for summer to come, because right now it's really cold here in Sweden, and I want summer to come, so maybe take a road trip somewhere in Europe, and do
Wow.
things business wise, though. Keep growing the MVP club, keep building on what it really means to be an MVP, and helping people with that. really becoming a part of it, really be feeling like they're an MVP, you know, sending out shirts and everything we do, have them sign the MVP covenant, which is like a contract you sign to become an MVP. Keep building upon that, keep helping people in the best possible way, because when you help people and you inspire them, it's also, it's so much easier for you to inspire someone else to believe in them than it is for them to convince them that you are good. So that's one last step. Like, instead of trying to convince people how good you are, like instead, like Russell does, like inspire them that how good they are, and you're gonna have so many followers because of it. And I'm excited, man. It's a lot of fun coming, and excited to see your journey and everything. Everyone watching as you take action, like you started off saying, like if you don't take action, nothing's good gonna come from it. You gotta take action. So
Right.
thank you so much for having me, man. The engagement's been
Right.
great. Your questions has been awesome, and the conversation
Okay.
in general, yes, a lot of fun.
Yes, yes. So now you have come to so long, and nowadays, like, are you getting inbound leads, or are you still outreach people about your program and speak about your group and podcasts? How is it going on as of now? Like, just wanted to
Um,
understand that at that level, still we need to outreach, or those inbound leads are coming to you.
I'll say this: people engage with my content, and I try to engage with them in the best possible way back. Whenever I see someone following me, I'm super, super grateful of that. I don't take that for granted, and I try to
Yeah.
engage and help them in any way I can. If they're posting on Facebook, I know what they're looking for is someone to, engage with them, comment, and everything. So I try to do that as much as possible. So you could call that outbound, me reaching out, I suppose. But truly, take care of the people you're helping, and um, what I started doing when I first got started is just helping people in Facebook group in the best possible way. And if you do that, then you'll get people, you'll be reach out to people that come back to you, and you'll be having people coming to you as well from it.
Okay, that's really it. And this is the last question for this interview, and I want
Yeah.
to ask, like, suppose someone has just started out about affiliate, like, let's suppose Clickfunnels. He has just started out. He has taken one funnel away challenge, and now he's not sure what to do, what should be the step. So what would be your suggestion to that kind of, like, and that people, like, what they should do to grow in their own business, affiliate business?
Yeah. Great question, man. What I would do is I would, just like you're doing, I would start my own show or something. I would find a way to give value to someone who has an audience bigger than me. Because if you can connect with those who have an audience bigger than you, form a relationship with them, and because of that, you'll also attract more people into your world because you're attracting these bigger people. You're attracting them, and that's going to attract more people into your world from their world as well. And find the best possible way to deliver value to people and give them quick wins, like, hey, let me help you get the first two guests on your show. Like, hey, I used this to get my first two OFA sales, let me help you with that. And get some quick sales for people, get testimonials coming in. And if you do that, like, you're connecting with bigger audiences, you're helping people with quick wins, and you're getting testimonials from it, you're going to build momentum very, very quickly.
Wow, that's really awesome, and it's so true that even I have experienced that if you are inviting someone to your show, you will definitely get the benefit out of it, and you will over the time you will build your own brand out of that. So it is very important to have something unique, or maybe something special in you, so that people can come to you and they can buy from you.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly, man. That's what it's all about. Being genuine, forming those relationships in the best possible way. Like you said earlier, just talking to them as you were a friend, like Russell does.
Yes, yes. Okay, so guys, this is Wilhelm, and I have got so much information and great value out of this conversation, and I hope it is same for you. So if you have any question, you can put down in the comment box, and we'll try to answer later. So one more time, thank you so much for coming in my show, and I'll see you later.
Thank you, Mohan. Thanks for everybody watching.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you later. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.